I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association, which is the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information that you would like to share, contact us. The phone number is 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out more about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Monday program for March 9th, 2020, DCTV Daily News. This past Saturday was the Colorado Precinct Caucuses, and here in Dove Creek, the Democrats met with less than 20 people in the Courthouse Commissioner meeting room in the afternoon, and the Republicans met at the Public Service Center with closer to 40 people in attendance at 7 p.m. The Republicans will be hosting a Republican candidate event on Tuesday, March 17th at the Public Service Center, where each of the two candidates for District 2 and District 3 for the commissioner seat will have the opportunity to make a speech which will be heard by the delegates for their purpose of selecting who will go on the ballot. The general public is also welcome as well. All unaffiliated candidates will be acquiring signatures to petition to be on the ballot by support of the voting public. And that will be for the November election. For the purpose of transparency and full disclosure, I, Kendra Cook, will be running for the County Commissioner in District 3 as an unaffiliated. In other regional activity, Republican and Democratic caucuses around La Plata County had low turnout on Saturday compared with years past. And Super Tuesday, a confusing process, and the balmy 60-degree weather may have had something to do with it. The 2020 election season continued this weekend at dozens of locations around the county where registered voters gathered to elect community representatives who will choose each party's candidate for upcoming local, state, and national elections, as reported in the Durango Herald. But Colorado's first presidential primary election this month overshadowed the caucus process, members of both parties said at precinct locations in Durango and Bayfield. The state this year changed how Republicans and Democrats allot delegates to vote for presidential nominees at the Republican and Democratic national conventions later this year. The rule change allowed any registered voter to choose a nominee for president by mail-in ballot rather than go to a caucus to elect delegates to represent them at county, district, state, and national party conventions. Voters on Saturday chose precinct chairpeople and delegates. Delegates chosen at precinct caucuses represent their communities at the La Plata County Assembly, where they'll choose nominees for La Plata County Commissioners and District Attorney. The County Assembly is also where either party chooses delegates to send to state, Colorado's 3rd Congressional District, and national assemblies. The Montezuma County Republicans held caucuses in 11 precincts across the county on Saturday. At precinct caucuses, political parties gathered to nominate and elect delegates who attend the party's General Assembly and vote which candidates make the June 30th primary ballot. It is possible to petition onto the primary ballot as well. And the General Assembly for Republicans is March 20th at 6 p.m. at the Montezuma County Annex. A maximum of 198 delegates are chosen to vote at the General Assembly. On Saturday, 18 delegates were named for the Precinct 11 caucus in Mancos and 23 for Precinct 4 caucus in Cortez. The caucus is a grassroots way to get involved with your political party and is an opportunity to become a delegate, said Precinct 11th co-chair Gerald Kobenhofer. As a delegate, you help decide which candidates make the primary ballot. The final delegate tally for all precincts will be reported this week. And at the Democratic caucuses in Montezuma County, each precinct's participants gather at their respective locations and elect a caucus chairperson and secretary along with 2 precinct organizers. They then conduct a straw poll and a preference poll for the U.S. Senate candidates. Candidates must receive a certain threshold percentage in order to move on to the county assembly. After the preference polls, participants elect and certify delegates to the assembly, which for Montezuma County Democrats will be on March 21st at the Montezuma County Annex. And the Dolores County Health Department has released an informational PDF titled Coronavirus Disease 2019 COVID-19. Know the facts to protect yourself and your community. As of March 9, 2020, Dolores County has no known cases of coronavirus. There are important precautions to take regardless of whether the virus is circulating. Help prevent the spread of infection by the following steps. Practice good hygiene. Thoroughly wash your hands with soap and water, and in the absence of soap and water, use hand sanitizer. Use a tissue or your elbow or sleeve to cover coughs and sneezes. Avoid touching your face, eyes, nose, and mouth. Avoid shaking hands. Stay home if you're sick, and keep your children home if they are sick. Talk to your employer about working from home if possible. And we advise Coloradans to always be prepared for an emergency and have a plan for your family. Coloradans can visit the CDC's website for more information on how to create a plan. Stay informed with reliable, up-to-date information. People who have general questions about coronavirus disease 2019 can call Colorado Help at 303-389-1687. That's 303-389-1687 or 877-462-2911. Or you can email them at cohelp@rmpdc.org for answers in English and Spanish, Mandarin, and more. Coloradans can also visit the CDC and CDPHE, Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, websites for more information on best practices in general. And if you have upcoming travel plans, visit the CDC's website for the latest travel information. Signs and symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Seek medical advice if you develop symptoms and have been in close contact with a person known to have COVID-19 or have recently traveled from an area with ongoing spread of COVID-19. Call your health care provider, urgent care hospital, or public health for instructions before going to a clinic or emergency room in person so they can get prepared. Dolores County Public Health Colorado Help is again 303-389-1687 or 877-462-2911. There are also a list of links for seniors, faith-based, for businesses, for those pregnant and breastfeeding and children, as well as general prevention of spreading the COVID-19. Those links provided in the PDF are posted on our Facebook page, as well as on the county and health department Facebook pages. Keep your immune system healthy to prevent catching any and all diseases we are exposed to daily. And frequent washing your hands and not touching your face is the most prevalent piece of advice that is consistently being shared right now. Stay calm and don't panic. And the Durango Herald reported on a recent cyclist death while driving on the road. Photo Jerry McBride. Colorado State Patrol continued its investigation into the death of local professional cyclist Ben Sontag into the weekend, declining to release information as law enforcement considers charges related to the fatal crash this week, according to a spokesperson for the agency. The shocking death of professional cyclist Benjamin Sontag on last Wednesday sent a wave of heartbreak across the Durango cycling community. It also had those within that circle evaluating the dangers of sharing the road with motorists. Sontag, age 39, was killed shortly after noon on Wednesday while riding his specialized tarmac bicycle on County Road 105 west of Marvell in southwest La Plata County. He was heading north when he was struck by a teenage driver in a 1991 Ford Ranger pickup truck. Sontag was pronounced dead at the scene. Quote, "It's a risk we take, whether it's on road or gravel," said Fort Lewis College cycling director Dave Hagan, who saw Sontag win 3 collegiate mountain bike national championships for the Skyhawks in 2007 and 2008. Quote, "It happens, and it feels like it happens more frequently when we feel like we do right now because of this. You hope it never happens in your community, but you know it is going to sometime. There's no way to prepare for it." Many of Durango's professional cyclists have had close calls. It was only last summer that pro mountain biker Payson McElveen was hit by a driver while traveling east on 32nd Street. A driver turned right off of 32nd and into McElveen, who cracked his helmet in the incident. Fortunately, it wasn't too serious, McElveen said. "It's always on your mind a bit when something absolutely terrible happens. It makes it so you really can't ignore it. The really scary part is I feel like we take a lot of good precautions. It's pretty sobering when it happens to one of the best bikers in the country, like Sontag, an incredibly proficient bike handler." Sontag's death comes in a time of increased fatalities among bicyclists on roads in Colorado. According to the Colorado Department of Transportation, 22 bicyclists were killed in 2018 and another 19 in 2019. Colorado has seen double-digit fatalities to cyclists every year since 2011. In 2003, there were only 3. And now let's take a look at the local weather for the week and just how much rain we might get. Well, today it's been partly sunny with a high near 51 degrees and light southwest winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, for the full moon, we'll have to see if the clouds clear or not. Expect it to be mostly cloudy with a low around 34. Southwest winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast after midnight. Our lows are now starting to remain above freezing, so keep an eye out for those spring flowers popping up. Tuesday, mostly cloudy and a high around 52 degrees with southwest winds remaining at 5 to 15 miles an hour. And then Tuesday night, a 20% chance for showers pops up, mostly cloudy with a low around 36 degrees, southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday, we're looking for showers likely sitting at 60% right now, mainly in the afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 53 degrees. The southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour become southwest in the afternoon, and that could be windy on Wednesday with gusts to 20 miles an hour. Then Wednesday night, a 30% chance for showers, mainly before midnight, partly cloudy and a low around 36 degrees. Then Thursday, a 20% chance for showers in the afternoon, partly sunny and a high near 55 degrees. For Thursday night, a chance of rain showers before 4 a.m. and then a chance of rain and possibly snow showers in the overnight, mostly cloudy with a low only around 35. And again on Friday, a slight chance of rain and snow showers before 10 a.m. in the morning, and then a chance for rain in the afternoon, mostly cloudy and a high near 51 degrees. Friday night, a chance of rain showers before 3 a.m., then a slight chance of rain and snow showers again, mostly cloudy with a low around 35. Fortunately, the weekend is looking nicer for outdoor activities. Saturday should be partly sunny and a high near 52. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 35, and I believe Sunday's also looking sunny. And now, let's get back to the news. Silver mine hiring miners to start in April. Parent company Orcana moves to Ouray and acquires another mining claim. This from the Telluride Daily Planet with a photo courtesy Ouray Silver Mines. Ouray Silver Mines Inc., OSMI ticker, is seeking to hire around a dozen new staff at the Revenue Virginius mine this month. OSMI, a subsidiary of Orcana Corporation, was given approval by the board for the increased staffing after securing up to $4 million in investments this past week to bring the total investments for the past 6 months to approximately $16.74 million. Quote, "We are focused on bringing people on to expand the underground development program," said Brian Briggs, OSMI president and CEO, and Orcana COO. Orcana, formerly based in Vancouver, Canada, acquired the fully permitted OSMI in December of 2018, following a $5.62 million investment. The corporation is in the process of relocating its head office to Ouray. As a public company, it will maintain an office in Canada, while Orcana President and CEO Kevin Drover, Orcana Chief Financial Officer Charles Buck Andrews, and Briggs will work in Ouray. The corporation also owns the Shafter Presidio Silver Project in Texas, another permitted mine with silver as its main resource. Briggs said the company expects to add about 30 new staff over the next 4 months, mostly experienced and entry-level miners, as well as professional and technical staff like geologists, electricians, and mechanics. Quote, "We won't be in a position to begin silver production for quite a while. We have to get board approval to go into full startup. For now, we are doing underground development, which should shorten the time to production, reduce the restart capital required, and bring additional resources into our reserve base," he explained. "We still have to get a debt funding package as we start up, which the company is actively pursuing." Many support staff and entry-level miners are expected to come from the surrounding area, though experienced miners are likely to come from other mining communities, including those in other states. Experienced miners will typically commute from a home base and only live part-time in rooms provided by the company in Ouray County. The Revenue Virginius mine last produced minerals in 2015 when operated by Fortune Minerals. Fortune's investors, New York-based Lascaux Resource Capital, foreclosed on the company and started OSMI to take over operations. The mine's restart costs were estimated at $36.8 billion in a 2017 feasibility study, updated in 2018 before OSMI's acquisition by Orcana. The study showed that the mine could extract approximately 92,000 tons of ore a year, averaging 2.25 million ounces of silver plus gold, lead, and zinc per year. The sale of those minerals is calculated to earn $26.5 million a year, paying back the investors within 2 years and making a profit for an additional 5 years. In early January, Orkana announced the upcoming acquisition of the bluegrass mining claim located in the Virginius Vein in Governor Basin. The companies are expected to close on the deal this month, according to Briggs. Reported in the San Juan Record in Monticello, Utah. Planning and zoning issues in Bluff and Spanish Valley, two of the fastest changing areas of San Juan County, dominated discussion at the February 18th meeting of the San Juan County Commission. A petition signed by 79 Bluff residents and/or property owners asked the Commission to terminate the county's interlocal agreement with Bluff. The recently approved zoning regulations in Bluff are a particular point of concern. At the same meeting, residents from Spanish Valley asked the county to slow the process of making adjustments to the guidelines for development efforts in the area. In the end, commissioners expressed a hesitancy to enter the phrase. Quote, "We're listening," said Commissioner Chairman Kenneth Maryboy, "but we sure hate to step in and make a decision for you. We will continue to monitor what is going on. A lot of it is on your shoulders." The controversy in Bluff centers on zoning, particularly for a number of properties that had a de facto commercial designation before the zoning effort and now have another designation. Amer Tume, a business and property owner in Bluff, presented the petition which asks the county to terminate the interlocal agreement with Bluff and other cities in the county. The agreement outlines the relationship between Bluff and the county in a number of key areas, including law enforcement, road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services. Tume said that the signers are concerned that the Bluff planning and zoning was, quote, "arbitrary, discriminatory, and preferential," that the zoning downgrades many properties with new designation or setbacks that render the property unusable, and that Bluff has taken a negative stand against business. The petition states that Bluff had designated less than 30 acres of commercial property in a town of 24,000 acres. Gary Guymon, a Blanding businessman who owns property in Bluff, said out-of-area landowners were not included in the zoning decisions. Quote, "What happened to our properties makes them of nil value, and that is not correct," said Guymon, who said much of his property was zoned agriculture. Quote, "You can't hardly raise a cow down there and have it stay alive. Bluff Town made our property of no value. We need to sit down together as property owners because the 18 pages of ordinances makes it where business can't succeed." Bluff resident Marks Powell said that the key to community success is cooperation between entities with a goal of protecting residents. Powell said the Bluff Town Council has exhibited little to none of this. "It is getting to the point where the county seems to be getting involved," said Maryboy. Tume said the community is in a standoff. "Let them be a city," said Tume, "but the county should not be paying their bills." Bluff Mayor Ann Lepinen defended the planning effort, saying, quote, "What I would like to remind the commissioners and the public is that Bluff is a legal entity," said Lepinen. "We have established planning and zoning as required by law that followed our general plan. We have met every week since we took office. Our meetings are publicly posted. We have followed state laws and codes. We are happy to meet with any citizen that has a grievance, but there is a process," said Lepinen. "They need to get on our agenda or the planning and zoning agenda." Lepinen urged the commission to retain the interlocal agreement and said the town appreciates working with the commissioners. In the end, commissioners tabled the item regarding the interlocal agreement and asked the county staff to investigate each of the interlocal agreements with Bluff, Blanding, and Monticello. In the other end of the county, for many Spanish Valley residents, the issue of concern is new bylaws for the San Juan County Planning Commission. After discussion and public comment, commissioners approved the bylaws. County Administrator Mac McDonald said that the bylaws outline the important rules, procedures, and bylaws for the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission includes members from the incorporated areas of Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, in addition to unincorporated areas such as LaSalle and Spanish Valley, along with special service districts such as Eastland and Mexican Hat. Jeff Madsen of northern San Juan County asked why the Planning Commission has only one member from Spanish Valley. "In the next 10, 15, 20 years, where is the growth going to be?" asked Madsen. "It's in Spanish Valley. There will be so much more growth in Spanish Valley than in any of the other unincorporated areas." Despite the intense public interest in the Planning Commission as it worked on planning and zoning regulations for Spanish Valley in recent months, McDonald said the county has struggled to find people to serve in the past. Quote, "It's been pretty tough to get volunteers in specific areas," said McDonald. A new planning and zoning map for Spanish Valley is being prepared by the Planning Commission. Before the map is approved, McDonald said that there will be a public hearing for the Planning Commission and another public hearing for the Commission. McDonald said there was a lot of confusion regarding the map, which was approved in November of 2019. The Planning Commission is in the process of finalizing the map, providing more detail and including Sitla properties. Quote, "We hope to come back with a win-win," said McDonald, "back to where we originally thought we were with the community and the public." Commissioners approved a short-term loan of up to $120,000 for the Spanish Valley Special Service District to cover additional costs to the water and sewer project that's currently nearing completion in Spanish Valley. McDonald said that the loan will help the district finalize the work and pay the contractor. Spanish Valley is gearing up for the future expansion out of Moab, Utah. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. March 11th in Mancos at Food Share, it's the Spring Plant Swap. Bring cuttings or babies from your houseplants to swap and share. Again, it's March 11th from 5:30 p.m. at the Mount Lookout Grange. There's a $10 suggested donation, kids are welcome, and dinner will be served. March 14th here in Dove Creek, there'll be a self-defense class in Chaos Krav Maga, which is a hand-to-hand combat. There are still a few spots open. The cost is $75 for the whole day, and that will start at 8:30 a.m. and run till 4 p.m. at the Dove Creek Community Center. This is a co-ed teenager and up group. The instructor is Sydney Lawrence. Lunch will be provided. Please wear shorts, leggings, or yoga pants. Waivers must be signed. All equipment is provided for use during the training. March 14th is a Tip a Cop starting at 5 p.m. at J. Fargo's in Cortez. This event is an annual fundraiser for the Cortez DARE program and is a great time every year. Law enforcement members come out from multiple agencies to be on hand and wait on you and your guests. March 18th, the 72nd annual meeting and local work group meeting of the Dove Creek Conservation District will be held at the Public Service Center, 8477 Road 7.7. That starts at 6 p.m. and a meal will be served. The board will review their accomplishments for 2019 along with the accomplishments of the NRCS. During the local work group meeting, the board would like information from the participants on how they can better serve conservation needs in our area. All local producers are invited to attend. And I post up all of these High Canyon Country happenings on our Facebook page, which is still DCTV News at Noon, where you can also watch the program replay along with news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, this is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, you can contact us by email. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station 970-677-4119 and leave a message if we're not here. Thank you for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel or our DCTV News Facebook page. If you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. The broadcast for the day is released first time at 6 p.m., then replayed again at 8 p.m., and again the following day at 9 a.m. and 12 noon. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook.